have this question actually. So technically, basically, if I am not a person here at all, then this is just a body. Because I think it's only a problem if it is my body and I identify with the, like, kind of thinking of how my body should be, like its health and what it should eat and all of those things. But if there is not even a person here, then this is just a body.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Just a body has a sense
You
of that, um, not something beautiful. I'd like to refer to the body as a beautiful instrument. You see?
Well, it's no. So my
If
point
you were
is
to,
that, go ahead. Continue. Sorry, I interrupted you.
no, it's okay. So I was saying that if we were to sort of realm, you see, and we did not have bodies, or maybe we had like very few molecules, just a bare bones sort of body, literally. And
Yeah.
then we had to go to a superstore to get this body. Okay? Then you look at all the features of the functioning of this body and you see that, wow, it's quite an instrument. You see?
Right.
And I'd be willing to pay big money for this body. You see? It's quite something. It's quite some technology. So it is not me. It is not me enough to see. Why I'm making these points is that very often in spirituality, the body is put down in some way. And many times it is blamed for a lot of things when it doesn't deserve the blame.
Yeah.
It is just a simple, beautiful instrument, actually.
Well, so the reason I was thinking about it is because for me, and I mean, at least here, like, I don't think there's a me, but I think I'm so used to talking like that, I think it'll. So here, exercise is is just something that the body does. And it's actually, it's not something hated or disliked, it just is.
Yes.
So I'm kind of, when I started, like, contemplating more about the body, and like, but does that mean that I'm attached to the body? Because, I mean, I know that there's no person here. Like, it's beyond even knowledge. Like, it's deep inside that no person is here. It's like, and really this morning it just was like, holy crap, who is driving this car? And it was fine. It was not a problem. I totally was driving the car. I was like crying with Justin Bieber's song, which is horrible, but I really like it. At the same time, I'm like, oh my God, there's never been a person here ever. So then the mind immediately came and said, but listen, you like to exercise. So does that mean, like, what is this realization? It doesn't mean anything, so the mind immediately came and attacked. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to ask. And I almost didn't come to Satsang tonight. And I'm like, no, I'm going to show up and I'm going to ask this question.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Yes. So it's very good what you say, because you say that I see that there is no individual me like this anyway. And this body is just functioning in a very normal, natural sort of way. And if exercise is happening, then exercise is happening and it's good. Does it mean that I'm over attached to the body? You see? Because for me, let's take the car example again, because so for most of us, the car is not me. You see, the car is an instrument that we have that achieves a particular task, and instrument, and it is not me. Doesn't mean that I don't give it for servicing, I don't take care of the car. You see, so all this can happen. But there are some of us, entities are deeply in the car. So if something scratches their car, for example, on the road, then they're more furious than if somebody were to scratch their body even. You see? Someone can be so attached to their instrument. You see? So that is something we just have to look at and to see whether am I this instrument, am I wanting to make sure it is functioning right, and to be me anywhere. You see? And if it is clear that no, it's not me, it is just instrument and it is being taken care of naturally, then no trouble. Then no trouble at all. You see?
Happened this morning. So the other thought was that I guess because for so long the feeling here has been like identifying with the body. This, I mean, obviously, because if you think of a partner or a person, you automatically think of the body because, you know, that's physically present and you're like, okay, that's Aparna. You know, like if somebody were to say, okay, that's her, right? So the point is that technically, I guess, we are all bigger than that in a way. I mean, we are not just the body or we are not the body. So does that mean that consciousness basically decides to take on any body? And I guess, again, seriously, I don't even know if this is mental. I'm just going to say it out loud. But so does that mean that, anyway, the whole purpose of this is to kind of shed any attachment to the movie scenes that may have happened in this life, which is like a storybook, and have like deep sense of, oh, that happened to me, which is really bad, or this happened to me, which is really good. And again, just attempt to be, for lack of better words, and, you know, and again, just trying to just be as clean as possible. Again, I'm, for lack of better words, really, you know, to not, and it's not to say to throw away the parts that you don't like, because I think, you know, about yourself or about your story, and keep the ones that you like. But it's just literally kind of going, hey, this is a moving train. None of this is me. My job is just to make sure that whatever shows up, I do the best of it. And, you know, if it's bad, pray, you know, that, you know, because eventually it goes away. And if it's good, you know, or whatever the you know, the convention is, because even the notion of good and bad is kind of changing because it's a matter of perspective. You know, I don't know if that makes sense. I'm just rambling. I feel like I'm just saying stuff. But even that actually has shifted here, and I don't know if because I'm like, you know, just old now, but because you can't truly say anything is good or bad for a fact. Because it truly depends on what side of the table you're on. Because if you are thinking only of yourself, then it's good or bad. But if you start looking at it from the other person's perspective, then you know what I mean? So even that is like, okay, that doesn't even hold. I'm sorry, I'm going to shut up now.
Yeah, it's good. So few points you made, which were, firstly, there can be a sense that because something happened to the body, it happened to me. But if we look at this, even this a little more closely,
Fine.
we find that okay, something happened to the body when I was 5 years old, something happened to the body when it was in school, something happened to the body in later years, and something happening to the body now. But if you look at the body itself, every cell of this body which is here now is different from this every cell in that body which was there when we were 5 years old or 10 years old, or
exactly.
So there is nothing in the body which is resenting or feeling pride about something that happened. It is only coming from this, for me, as a person, which is called Aparna, you see, where the sense of something happening to the me comes from. You see? Now you are absolutely right when you say that in terms of the phenomenal evidence, with this sense of me, it says this body is the me. What do you mean there is no me? This body is the me. But if you look at most of the things which have happened in this life, which have bothered us in some way, most of those things have not had anything to do with the body. Is not concerned about, like I say, the money in the bank. The body is not concerned about how a neighbor is behaving. The body is not concerned with any of this. So this mind way of giving evidence of the existence of a me, pointing to the body, saying, see, I exist, is not true, because the things that the mind makes us feel proud, guilty, regretful about, mostly with the body. You see? So this me that we have been carrying about through our belief in our separate existence, that is the root of all this trouble. Even this one doesn't say, mostly it doesn't say, I am the body. It says, this is my body, you see. So who is the one that claims that this is my body? This false owner of our life, this non-existent owner of our life, which only the mind is representing, even the body is not representing it, only the mind is representing, that is the one that we are giving up our belief on. Then we see that the true owner of this body, life, is consciousness itself, is being itself, is God itself.